All right, everybody. It is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. We want to honor everyone's time today, so we'll go ahead and get started here. But hey, want to welcome everybody for joining the call today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to join the call. I think it's going to be worth it. You'll find out here in a minute why it's going to be worth it. I think you're going to be really impressed, really intrigued with what we're going to be offering today. But before we do that, I want to introduce myself real quick. For those that don't know me, my name is Philip Lamar, and I'm one of the marketing sales directors here with Acmg. And for those that aren't familiar with Acmg, ACMG stands for American Central Marketing Group, and ACMG is one of the biggest IMO FMOs in the nation. We specialize in working with folks just like yourself. Whether you are an independent agent, a broker, maybe you're an MGA, an FMO, whatever you are, if you're a solo shop or you have a team of agents working with you, we are here to help you and serve you by providing you the best products in the market, all while getting you the highest commissions available. That's what we do all day, every day. And today's call is doing exactly that. I'm really excited to introduce everyone to Kim here in just a minute, who's going to lead the presentation. But before we do that, I want to start off with this. In today's age in the insurance business, there's no question about it. There's a lot of competition out there. Pretty much everybody, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, it seems like everyone's selling insurance these days, whether it's P&C, health and life, Medicare, or whatever. One way to stay competitive is you have to find ways where you can obviously outperform your competition, right? How can you show clients, how can you show people that you're a professional, that you're clean, that you do a great job? Well, one of those is having a beautiful, presentable website. I know for me, whenever my wife and I, whenever we want to go eat at a restaurant, the first thing we do is we look up the restaurant, we check out their website. We see, okay, how many stars do they have? What's their rating? Does it look kind of like a little bit of a sketchy website? I don't trust it. Or does it look clean? Does it look organized? Does it legitimize the business? Folks, that's what websites do. If you have a full functioning, informational, rich website, it really can make you stand out from your competition, build immediate trust with potential prospects, with clients. And it's just a way where you can just put yourself on the map, where you can distinguish yourself from competition. And so Kim, the gentleman that's going to be heading this up, he runs this whole organization with the websites that we're about to show you. But his company, well, he'll tell you in a second, really can help you when it comes to building and having a custom, robust, rich website that shows your potential prospects and your clients what you can do, can legitimize your operation, can make you stand out from your competition, and of course, help you generate leads, get new business, okay? So without further ado, Kim, my friend, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Rob. And thank everyone today for taking the time to find out a little bit about who we are and what we do. And a little bit of quick background on myself, so you in the insurance industry know where I come from. I was a regional vice president for a couple of major insurance companies for years. What does that mean? Basically, I was a wholesaler. I worked with independent agents all across the country. In 2016, I left the corporate world after nearly 30 years and started this company called Adaptive Marketing Group. Adaptive Marketing Group is designed and it was created basically for one purpose. And that purpose is to provide insurance agents, specifically the independent insurance agents, with a true marketing platform, because I recognized years ago that the carriers do a pretty good job of teaching you about product, and maybe even a fairly good job with maybe different sales techniques, things along those lines. But what a lot of agents don't get is marketing. What does that actually mean? So I created this company with the desire to try to give, again, independent insurance agents a platform where they can brand themselves, brand their agency, be able to deliver content to their clients in a very professional way, and do it in a way that's actually also affordable. There are platforms out there that are very expensive. We do find that ours are very, very affordable. We handle all the updates, all the platform content. We do a fully customized platform for the insurance agent. And I will show you a few demonstrations on how this works. And the platform that we do use is Wix. You know, for those of you that don't know it, you can actually go out there and create your own website. You can do it with Wix. In fact, anybody can create a website. What we do is create marketing platforms, and there is a distinct difference. A typical website is nothing more than electronic business card. And again, just about anybody can do that. What we do is we create the marketing platform. Yes, it's a website, but it's also a marketing platform. The last time we did this for Rob and the folks over at American Central Marketing Group, I think it was in August or September. We had a really good turnout, and a number of agents took advantage of the platform. And I'm going to show you a couple of those as well. Since then, we do want to touch a little bit that this again is about branding you, your agency, giving clients a platform to let you be able to showcase who you are and what you do. Since we last had this conversation with agents at American Central, we've updated the platform quite significantly. There's 13 new design platforms that you'll be able to select from. It doesn't matter what market you're in. In fact, we've actually added a few new markets to help. Life insurance obviously is the big player, but you also, if you're in the health insurance marketplace, affordable care, basic hospitalization, long-term care, accident, retirement, it really doesn't matter. We have pretty much every platform that you can want to be able to share with your clients. The only thing we don't do is we don't do anything with FINRA. So anything in the variable marketplace, we don't touch. We have over 100 consumer videos, and each of our websites has over 75 pages of rich marketing content. That each page is fundamentally a landing page that allows you to bring a client into that page, watch videos, engage them, allow them to download materials and so forth. In addition to that, as I mentioned, there's not only the videos that are available to you, but also the marketing guides, white papers that we do. We create content that gives you an opportunity to present something to a client and let them download it. And hopefully that the idea there is to capture their contact information to allow you to follow up. All of the sites are fully social media embedded, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, others, it really doesn't matter. If you're using Calendly scheduling, that too is built into the platform. If you don't use Calendly, if you use another one, that's fine. I find that most agents like Calendly, it's very flexible. You also have the ability to do online events, setting up online events for either where people can register for the event. They come on, obviously, kind of like what we're doing here with a Zoom call. What you can also do town hall meetings, very popular. Again, going back to the customization, when I customize and we customize for the agent, we truly do mean customize. Customize with your bio, your logo, your face shots, headshots. If you have video content, we put that on there for you. If by any chance you have a YouTube channel, a lot of agents are using YouTube channels nowadays, and it's where you can create live streaming and keep that information resourced for consumers to go back in and again see a little bit about who you are and what you do. I highly encourage that. Some agents do it with Facebook. We have a built-in testimonial capture, which allows you to have your clients give you a live testimonial. And whenever they give you a testimonial, it goes right onto your website. You obviously control it. If you find that you don't want to have that particular testimonial, you can pull it off. Carrier embedded links for a lot of self-quoting widgets. One of the best ones I've ever seen in the industry is the one that is available through American Central Marketing Group. So if you don't have it, even whether or not you do or do not consider one of our websites, do take a look at that quoting platform, that quoting widget. It's slick, I have to tell you. It's also fully embedded with CRM and meta tag tracking for those of you that use funnel marketing, and it's a great platform for that. Anytime somebody comes onto the website, it's updates your contact manager to let you know where they are, what they watched, what they downloaded, when was the last time they visited, how many pages they visited, and so forth. Again, as I mentioned, we handle all of the back office platform. That includes setting it up for Google, Bing, and Yahoo search engine optimization. Again, we embed all the meta tags for you, so you don't have to be an expert at doing that. Some of the new add-ons that we've created, there was some research that's been going on that talks about people out there searching the internet for different things, not just insurance. But did you realize that on an average, most people spend less than 17 seconds? Think about that for a second. Less than 17 seconds on a website before they move on. So your job, and what we try to do, is try to help you find ways to keep consumers on the website for more than 17 seconds, because that impacts your reputation of your domain and how you will build that reputation, so that when somebody starts searching for keywords in your area for certain insurance products, things along those lines, that over time you will become higher ranked in those search engine results. We create whiteboards. You've probably seen them. They're very popular. The sketch whiteboards, avatar animation, which is also very, very popular. A character comes onto your screen, introduces themselves, maybe gives an announcement, talks a little bit to the customer. The other thing that we've started adding recently are what are called the individualized customized videos, where it would actually be you. You would come onto the computer screen, you would be engaging with that client. And that's actually a really, really powerful tool. Consumers like to see who they're doing business with. You'll notice on here, there's a new platform called Tolstoy. If you've not ever noticed what a bot is, a bot, you've probably seen them. They'll come up, they'll pop up on your screen. And usually they're an animated character, and it'll ask a question, and however you answer that question, it will take you through an answer tree. Well, Tolstoy is essentially the same thing. However, it's not an animated bot. It's you. So what happens is that you pop up on the screen, you ask the client a question. Based upon their response, you then respond accordingly based upon their answer. It's actually one of the slickest tools I think I've seen out there in a long time. As I mentioned, the platform is fully integrated with Facebook, and Wix, the platform that we offer, is they now have an integration with both the Facebook and Instagram ad integration. So you can actually do, for those of you that are doing paid social media posting, you could do it right through the Wix platform, and it has an impact on how your site is ranked, and all the tracking and so forth that coincides with that. We created also a whole new marketing platform for the American Central Marketing Group's agents. I will show that to you, where there is agent content that is available to you. We don't charge for it or anything like that. It's there, and it's only as good as your willingness to use it. But there are prospecting newsletters, prospecting emails, or social media marketing campaigns. There's a QR code generator, weekly sales ideas, blog pages, and video content. And of course, there's training on the Wix application itself. Part of the reason that we use Wix and not, GoDaddy or anybody else, is because Wix has probably the best platform for the insurance industry. It's easy to use. You do not have to be a programmer or a coder or anything like that to use the Wix platform. And the back office within that Wix platform is it's incredible. It really is. The last thing we're really excited to announce, it's kind of covered up here, I apologize for it, but Rob and his team could tell you more about it. We're implementing a agent affinity program. What that means to you is that it's a referral platform where you can actually get paid for any sites that you refer to us. So let me start by taking you through a little bit about this platform and how it works. And of course, if any of you are interested in pursuing it, there's a couple of buttons here in the middle. You will see it says Acmg agent request here, or click here, and that'll take you right into the platform for to be able to get a little bit more information about it. So what I want to do first is just take you through some of the resources that are available on this platform. There's agent marketing resources, as I mentioned earlier, where you could find anything just about the.
I may help you.
I'm sorry, what? I didn't realize a little interruption there. There's agent blogs, surveys, there's demonstrations on our product, there's email marketing campaigns, women publications, all kinds of free publications, marketing information that is all available to you, regardless of where you are and what your market is. So again, it's all available to you if you decide you'd like to take a look at it. Every week we do blogs, and in those blogs, it will be various sales ideas on different marketplaces, or there would even be a blog that you could add to your website to be able to go out to a client or a prospect. For those of you that don't have a website, you might want to consider it simply for the purpose of a blog. A blog is a great way to get your information out to a consumer and let them know a little bit about who you are and what you do. A blog is a very, very powerful tool. There's a demo here to actually for you to take a look at some of the demo sites that we've created. I will show you one here today. I've also had a request from a number of agents who are interested in getting leads. You know, again, what I want to qualify this as leads. These are email databases of people who have opted in that can be sent emails on a variety of subjects in the insurance industry. Maybe they're turning 65, or maybe they're pre-retirement. Maybe they're older in age and looking for final expense. This is a platform, you will see it here, it's called Product Advance. We do not have any direct relationship with them other than as a referral source. It's people that I've referred to them over the years, but they are neither endorsed by my company or by American Central Marketing Group. But you may want to reach out to them. And of course, there's an email marketing platform, Constant Contact, if you're interested. The website designs, again, all through this platform, you will see that there are a variety of tools that can be added to the website, such as the Doodle whiteboard. Again, for those of you that have never noticed a Doodle whiteboard, these are actually very, very engaging tools to keep consumers on your website. This one happens to be one that was created.
Hi, I'm Sally. Sally agent. I am a Medicare planning insurance specialist. It is that time of the year.
So again, I'm not going to go through that. I just wanted to give you an example of how that works. Also, another very powerful tool is a voice overlay. What does that mean to you? Someone comes onto your website and immediately they get a welcome notice. A welcome. Hello, I'm Rob Swander. Thank you for visiting my website here today. Again, very powerful tools to keep people on your website. Again, something you want to take a look at. The automated avatars are also very popular. The automated avatars kind of work like this. Somebody comes onto your website, and when they come on, what will happen is that an avatar will show up on the site, and then it might give a message about, whatever the message is that you want to give, or whatever message that you want them to let me see if I can get it to work right here, because we're on a delay. It may not work as effectively as I was hoping, but that's okay. But you'll get it. You'll be able to see them on the website yourself when you're ready to go and take a look at it. Let me show you one of the websites that we did just recently for one of the agents here. This lady, she runs a very classy organization. She happens to have a niche market in the beauty and cosmetology industry. Her name is Arnetta Rogers. And this is an example of a website that we designed for her. Again, there's a voice overlay here where they can introduce themselves. There's always interactions with the website to hopefully capture the the consumer's attention, to put in their contact information, what products they're interested in, or whether or not it's Medicare, life insurance, whatever it might be. And again, the system is completely automated. This one here, we're talking about life insurance. So there's an entire platform on what is life insurance. Obviously, what maybe a little video on here. There might be information on the differences between the various term insurance products. Now, you will notice that in all of our platforms, there's always a framing with a video playing and a TV or around a TV, because it is designed to keep consumers engaged in the website. So when you do marketing, you're bringing people into these specific subject matters. And as they come in, the capturing of their information is encouraged through various pop-ups, interactions, things along those lines. Again, it could be health insurance, dental insurance. Believe it or not, if you are not marketing dental and vision, you should consider it. It's one of the most searched products in the industry today is dental and vision. Now, you may or may not make a lot of money on that. I don't know, but it is certainly an opportunity for you to be able to have clients and talk to them about it. So I would encourage you to talk to Rob and the folks over at American Central. Let me show you one of the sites that we created for American Central Marketing Group here, specifically to try to give you some examples of what we do. This is one of the latest designs where somebody comes into the website. Again, an automated lead capture pops up. It says, here's who I am, schedule an appointment, name, contact information. You've probably seen those before, right? But there may be, in this example, there was a countdown on here because it was Medicare open enrollment was going on. But again, it comes up and it says, hi, I'm Rob. And there would be a video that would play or a voiceover that would play. As someone engages the website, various opt-ins occur, right? You can see those. Maybe there's a chat feature that you'd like to have. There's some engagement down here with the consumer. If you have a video, we could put a video into the platform. If you don't have a video, we have a number of stock videos that can that would fit your marketplace. Again, everything is branded with logos, contact information. The section for blogs, you will see right now it says no blogs are posted yet, but if you did blogs, that's where they would come in. It's also designed to go mobile and to be able to capture clients' information via the mobile application. And then, of course, down here, everything is compliant with your licensing and contact information. Do not sell your personal contact, any disclaimers that are required. And if we go back up, you'll see again that you will see that there is a section on just about every product line that you want to talk about. If it's life insurance, if it's long-term care insurance, if it's Medicare, retirement planning, just about any market that you can think of, it is designed to help you be able to show professionalism to your clients and obviously to your prospects. So that is pretty much it. The site is available for you folks to go and take a look at on your own. I would encourage you to see for yourself. Again, a number of agents have taken advantage of it. And if you folks would be interested in taking advantage of it, that'd be great. Again, my job is to try to help you understand marketing, help you market yourself, your company, your brand, and also to give you the tools that help you do that, right? Because again, a lot of times you don't always get the tools and you may not fully understand what it means to market. So we just try to help you out there. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Philip and to see if anybody has any questions. And
hey, Kim, this is Rob. Real quick,
yeah.
Before we do that, just want to add in, guys, that this was an example site. Your site is not going to be branded Acmg. Your site will be branded to however you want it to be branded. Also, Kim, let's talk about we should probably talk about the price and the cost.
Yeah. Yeah, this site is $5.99. That is, fully functional site. If you tried to do it yourself, you probably would never have the content. I can assure you that there's nobody else out there that can touch this product for this amount of money. It is an offer that is being made available to the American Central Marketing Group agents. So yeah, I think. By the way, it is a subscription. Now, what does that mean to you? Because it's a subscription. Again, we handle everything on the back end. Example is marketing updates, product information updates. Medicare is coming up with updates, right, in January. So we handle all the updates behind the scenes. We handle all the video content that needs to be swapped out or whatever it may be. We handle all of that. We handle the automation. When somebody makes a request for contact information, the automation is set up for you so that they know to be expecting a follow-up from you. So that's basically the subscription. In a year from now, if you decide to renew it, that's great. We'd appreciate your business. If you find that this is something that doesn't work for you, that too is fine. You just don't pay the renewal and you move on and do the site yourself or do whatever it may be. But we think that you'll be pleased with it. By the way, I didn't say this, but I'm really kind of proud of this. We are now what's called a Wix Legend agency. Now, what does that mean? We are one of the top 100 agencies, digital marketing companies in the United States for Wix. And some of that has to do with the support I've gotten from American Central and Rob and his team there and the agents that have participated. So I want to say thanks to them and to you for that as well. But that's basically the cost. I think it's a very reasonable cost for everything that you get.
Yeah. I just want to add also real quick that this is available to all agents. You don't necessarily have to be contracted with ACMG to participate in this.
The pricing model is through ACMG.
Yeah, we negotiate the price for you so you can take advantage of the lower rate by clicking the link that I dropped in the chat box. But there's no other requirements to add this product to your tool belt.
Right. So yeah. And again, like I said, it's fully customizable. As I said, this site is designed for you. It's all about your brand, your personality style. If you target a certain ethnic market, that's fine. We can work with that as well. So again, very, very flexible in its design. So
wonderful. Yeah, Kim, amazing presentation. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone here really sees the value. And I want to go ahead and open it up to questions. We're doing really good on time. It's 1:28 p.m. So for anyone that's on this chat right now, how you're going to ask your question is if you open up the chat box, all you got to do is type it in. Make sure on the two, you have it to everyone. Don't just direct message it. Make sure you send it to everyone. But I want to go ahead and open up 2 questions. And Kim, we had Tiffany asked a question. I know we just discussed this, but let's clarify. What is the price? Can you go over that annual subscription again?
Yeah, like I said, it's $5.99. That's the price. It's that's what it. If you generally speaking, there's 2 fundamental costs with all website designs. There's a hosting cost, which we have no control over, and then there's the cost for the production. And so our cost is the $5.99, and there's not much more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kim, if you don't mind, if I can make a comment for everyone that's listening right now, just to kind of give everybody an idea of how big of a deal this is. If you've ever looked at getting a website on your own, let's start with this. If you've ever tried to build a website yourself, which I have, it's absolutely awful. It's horrible. If you don't know what you're doing, it can take you weeks and weeks and weeks, ton of valuable time just to get a landing page set up. And so the fact that Kim and his team are quick, professional, and efficient and manage the website, it's so much of a headache that you don't have to deal with. And for the price, if you've ever looked into a website, a very, very cheap website that's not very robust, that doesn't have rich benefits to it, starts off at around $1,500 to $2,000 for a cheap website. If you want a nice website, you're looking at upwards of tens of thousands of dollars annually. So the fact that Kim and his team are offering a fully functioning managed website, customized and branded to you for $5.99 is unheard of. And I will actually put a stamp and guarantee for the product that he's offering. I'm telling you, you will not find it anywhere else. Obviously, through ACMG's partnership, you have that price. Not to mention it's a tax write-off for your business too. So I strongly encourage, if you don't have a website, or you do have a website and it's, you know, not up to par for what your competition is doing, I'm telling you, you need to do this. It's a write-off. It's going to distinguish you from competition. This is a very, very, very good deal. I know plenty of website companies that they'll, you know, just to build it might cost $10,000, and then it might cost $1,000 a month to manage the website. So you get an all-inclusive package here. So Kim, I just wanted to make those comments just because you have a
I
wonderful
appreciate
product.
it. You know, there's something I didn't elaborate much on, and I probably should have, and that is most agents are probably provided URL links, right? A URL link is a carrier link that gives you a portal to allow you to run quotes for, you know, different insurance products, right? Different carriers, they all do them. The challenge with them a lot of times is that you have to manage them and know where they are on your computer in order to bring a client into that. We embed all of your URL links into one platform so that, again, you're demonstrating professionalism when you bring a client into a Zoom call, you know, which this site is fully functional for Zoom. You bring a client into your landing page with your content in there, and it allows you that resource to be able to show what a profession you run, right? So let me show you an example here. I'm going to go back to Arnetta's site, and just for our demonstrative purposes, you know, we just added just within the last couple of days, she has, I think, 4 or 5 agents, and we're adding to them all the time, but she has agents that we designed landing pages. This is a new feature also for the agents, where each agent in this example has their own individual landing page. So I'm going to pick Levon here for an example. So somebody clicks on Levon, and it will come up, usually up here where it's red or on Levon. If she has a Facebook page, this will mirror her Facebook page. She has a page, but we haven't set it up yet, okay? Again, a voice overlay would introduce her, and there would be a little business card here that says who she is, her licensing information. There is going to be a long biography down here that will say exactly who she is and what she does. There's a video, right? There's a way to get a quote. There's the social media links. And also here is where they can have their various URL addresses. Maybe it is for, you know, company X, company Y, whatever it is. Right here is the perfect location for URL links for you to be able to bring a client in to take an application, to get a quote, whatever it might be. Okay. So again, I didn't elaborate on that much, but I should have. But that's, and again, like I said, it's Zoom embedded and Calendly embedded as well.
Hey, Kim, for everybody that's on the call, could you explain the process and setup time? So if they click the link in the chat right now, they're interested in finding out more and getting started. Just walk us through that process. How long does it take from beginning to end?
Generally, I can get the site up and running in about 48 hours. What it really comes down to is most of the time is spent with the agent on customization, right? What it is that they want, you know, you got to make sure you provide me with all the relevant information. You know, and I have a form that you complete, but you provide everything to me, and then it will take roughly around 48 hours to turn it around. Now, sometimes it's a little longer, and let me explain where that might occur. Let's say you have an existing website with GoDaddy or another vendor. That has to be brought over to us, right? So that way it allows us to publish that content our content onto that domain. It's still your domain, you still own it, but it has to be published on a Wix platform. Sometimes that can add another day or so to the process, but for the most part, that's it. Once you pay us and you settle up, the site goes live. You don't pay us until the site goes live. As simple as that. You like what you get, you write the check or pay the credit card, whatever it might be, PayPal. If you don't want it, you don't like it, you don't have it. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, I think.
Got it. Kim, another great question in regards to the blog. For an insurance agent to have, a beautiful website like this, and the blog, like we said, is very important because that keeps keeps prospects and potential customers returning to your website. Explain about the blog. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, a blog is a tool that if any of you are on Facebook, technically Facebook is a blog, right? So you have a group of following people out there that follow you. In the Wix platform, you may have existing prospects, you may have clients, people like that you add into a database that's in the Wix platform. So anytime you send a blog, anybody in your database will receive that blog. And in that blog, it could have a variety of different messages. I'll give an example of one message that you might find. Imagine for a minute, you're out to lunch, you're having a conversation, maybe with a client that has some health challenges. I'll use this as an example. And you're able to find them the type of coverage that they're looking for. Well, while you're on your phone out at lunch, maybe you want to do a blog. You send out a little message. I have a client, obviously you don't tell them names or anything like that, but say I had a client that was interested in life insurance. He was concerned about not being able to get coverage. Gentleman has some issues, health challenges, diabetes, whatever it might be. And you post that, right? Well, that's a post that goes out. And what will happen is people will see that and they will say, well, maybe I need to take a look at this because I've been concerned about that I might not get insurance, right? And that is a quick, easy way that on your phone through a blog message that you can send it out to the masses, and they can actually respond and read and comment just in the very same way they can do on Facebook. Now, in this particular example, obviously you don't want to give people's names and all that kind of stuff because of privacy, but it's an idea. Another blog may be that you recently got appointed with a carrier that has simplified underwriting, or it has a certain niche marketplace, or you want to put a blog out that the AHA is coming up on its closing time, right, or whatever it might be. The beauty of the blog is that it allows you to get that information out. What I do is I try to provide content. The content are more ideas driven. You want the wording to be yours because this is you who is reaching out to your clients and your prospects. But we provide the subject matter. Agents will use it. Some of them will use it in its entirety. Some of them will just take the concept and run with it. But the blog is very, very important because it always brings people back to your website. The one thing you do not want to do with a blog, though, you don't want to turn it into an epistle, right? Because people will lose interest in it. A blog is usually very short, and the intent behind a blog is to always bring people back to your website. This is probably one of the biggest mistakes agents have, is that they're so heavily weighted in Facebook that they do all of their communication and engagement through Facebook. And there's nothing the matter with Facebook. But every time you send something out through Facebook and you don't have it integrated with your website, assuming you have a website, you're undermining your efforts in establishing credibility on your own website domain. You have to bring people back to your website in order for them to help you build your domain reputation. And we do that. Again, if you look at my website designs, if there's 100 pages in it or 75 pages, some of them have up to 100 pages. Every one of those pages technically is a landing page. It means that you're bringing them into those particular pages to talk about those particular subjects. And that's this platform is all about. That's the difference in a marketing platform and a electronic business card.
Yeah, great answer, Kim.
Phil, real quick, Kim, just something else I want to touch on is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but just how powerful Wix is. So it's not just going to be a website, that's out there on the internet, but, Wix, you can upload contacts and clients already that you already have into the database.
Yep.
So that every time you do
Hi,
post
yeah, my name is Acmg. I'm a broker. I
Yeah.
do life accident and share.
One of the things that I like about the Wix platform is that it has a phone application. And in that phone application, if one of you right today were to go onto my website, any of my websites, it tells me that I have a visitor on my website right on my phone. It will tell me what page you are looking at. Now, if you are in my database by name, like you're there by the name of Joe Smith, it will say Joe Smith is on the website. He is looking at this particular page. I can choose, if I so desire, to chat with Joe Smith. I can say, hey, Joe, what are you doing on my site, right? I would never do that, right? But I could do, something that, is not as intrusive by, a message that says, well, how can I help you today, right? Something along those lines. But the Wix platform is extremely powerful. For those of you that are also with Facebook, the chat box feature, you can actually have your Wix integrated with your messenger from Facebook, so that anytime that you are engaging with somebody, it simultaneously updates your chat feature within the Wix platform and within the Facebook Messenger system. So it's actually pretty slick. Anything else?
Yeah, that's really good points there. We had a couple other questions, Kim. Want to hit on them real quick. A couple of people have asked, instead of paying the $5.99 fee annually, is there an option where they can pay that $5.99 monthly instead?
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing it monthly. There's a difference in the cost, though, in all fairness, just so you know. It's probably close to, it's not probably, it is. There's about a 20% load in it. And it is kind of stiff. And let me tell you why I did it that way. Last year, I had nobody with this organization, but I had a couple of agents that I made the agreement to do monthly with them. And they did it during the Medicare open enrollment. And the minute the Medicare open enrollment was over, they canceled the service. So, I put a lot of effort in it, and it didn't pan out for them. They didn't pan out for me. But yes, there is a monthly option for that. What I am more apt to do for you is instead of doing, a monthly, is maybe do 2 or 3 installments to try to make it a little easier. And when I do that, I don't build in that added cost. It's basically a divide out, by 2 or 3, which I think is fair.
Yeah, that makes total sense. What we would suggest, obviously, do the $5.99. It's a write-off. It's going to be the easiest. But if you do, say you're really tight right now on your marketing dollars, if you do want to maybe do like a 3 or 4 payment installation, we can obviously figure that out. The best way to do that is, if you have pen and paper, just take note of this. agentservices@acmgsales.com. I'm going to throw it in the chat. agentservices@acmgsales.com. Email us if you're maybe tight on marketing dollars, you need to work something out. You can obviously do that there. So that was a great answer, Kim. Thank you for that. Tiffany asked, are there any cybersecurity features?
I'll answer that in a second. Let me go back to the other consideration real quick. Is don't forget that because of the affinity program, that you can, through the referral services that we offer now with American Central, is that you can actually get paid on the site, get money back on the platform as well. So, we're trying to make this a co-op in a way that, a lot of people can benefit from it. Yes, there is cybersecurity. All the sites are SSL certified. So yeah, in fact, all Wix platforms are SSL certified. So hopefully that answers your question there. Anytime you transfer or transmit information that is technically private, confident privacy information, believe it or not, date of birth is considered privacy information. We do have the reCAPTCHA in all the website capture platforms to prevent bot incursion, or to at least mitigate it into to send information that is secure. So hopefully that answers that question.
Yes, sir. That answers that question. And we had a couple other people ask. They came in late. They're asking about the fee. Just want to make this clear. For hosting, servicing, for the actual website's creation, it's all included in that annual $5.99 fee, everybody. So again, for those three aspects there, servicing, website creation, consultation, hosting, you can be looking at tens of thousands of dollars. Through Acmg and our partnership with Kim and his team, it's $5.99. So just so everyone's clear on that, it's all inclusive, that $5.99 fee there, which again is a phenomenal deal here. Bill asked us, how long after you get website information does it take to go live? Kim, I'm pretty sure you said about 48 hours is your average time. Do you want to clear that up?
Yeah, again, that's about the average length of time. It really comes down to how much information you give me and how quickly you give me, and whether or not, if you do not have a domain, that it's your domain, they cost like $12 a year. They're not expensive. You can get a domain through Wix, or you can get it through GoDaddy. It really doesn't matter. You can get it through Namecheap. You can get a domain anywhere. If you don't have one, you can get it through Wix. If you do have one, it's outside of Wix. It may add another day or so to the process, but that's generally the turnaround time.
Perfect. So it is 1:47. We're going to open up for a couple more questions here. Marlon asked, do you handle SEO, search engine optimization?
Yes, I do. Now here's the caveat to that. I set it up, right? I set up the initial search engine optimizations. With your input, we determine the keywords. Now, I am not a search engine service, right? There are search engine vendors out there that will you pay a fee to. That's not what you do with me. I set it up. I get you indexed on Google, Yahoo, and Bing, right? But any search engine optimization that is ongoing, that is a service that unfortunately you have to pay for unless you do it yourself. Now, I show you how to do it, right? But I don't actually do ongoing month-to-month search engine optimization. I can't. It's too much time.
That makes total sense. And again, just the fact that you're setting up the initial SEO is a wonderful service. So Marlon, there's your answer to that. Looks like we had a question. How does the quoting feature work?
I'll let Rob and your team answer that, because all we do is capture the information. So if somebody hits a quote button, like right here, this is not set up yet, but if somebody hit this quote button, it takes them to whichever the carrier quote engine that the agent has, or it takes them to a lead capture where it says, hey, this is the person's name, phone number, address, and stuff like that. Rob and his team, our American Central, has a very cool quoting platform that, that's outside of my wheelhouse. I'll let you guys answer it, but I do embed it in the platform all the time.
Yeah, guys. So we have Acmg, what we've done in the past with previous agents' websites. But even outside of that, we have a multi-carrier facing consumer-facing quoting platform for all types of life insurance products. So we just have just about every life insurance carrier on there, just about every type of product. And it's not just the quoting tool. You know, the consumer can actually, if we get Kim to put the quoting tool on your website, the consumer can actually click on that link and run their own quotes for all different various types of life insurance products, and also submit their application, which is very powerful. So it goes beyond just the quoting tool. They can actually submit their application, and you as the agent can of course use that also to run quotes and submit applications also. And that's going to be just for life insurance, just about every type of life insurance product that's out there, whether it's permanent, term, and just about every carrier that's out there we have available on the tool.
Yeah,
So
I gotta
that's
tell you, I've been in
that's
this
big.
business. I've been in this business almost 30 years. That's one of the slickest platforms I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is really a robust platform. So to answer your question, as far as how the quoting feature works, Acmg, we have a partner that you can access any type of life insurance. So you, like Kim said, he can embed that platform into the get a quote button. So hopefully that answers your question there. Bill asked us, is your price if we do not need everything? So so Kim, probably what I think what I'm translating here is, say he has, half of what your services would entail. What if he already has half of that set up? Is your price still going to be the same if you only need to do maybe 50% of what you would normally do to get somebody set up?
No, it's all the same. Here's why. All of the platforms, every platform out there, let's say you don't do long-term care. I'll use that as the example, or you don't do annuities, right? Something along those lines. All of the platforms have it built into the system. It's not turned on, right? So think about it as a light switch. The light switch is turned on. I get agents call me all the time. I kid you not. They say, do you have content on X? In this example, long-term care or annuities. Well, all I have to do is go in and turn the switch on, and it populates onto their platform. So yes, the price is the price, because it does have the capability at a minute's notice to be able to have added content. And whenever there is a new add-on, it goes live onto all of the sites simultaneously, right? So that's why it's a service fee and a service agreement that we have, and not simply a single purchase website.
Great. And kind of relating to that, we actually have another question that just popped up. It's 1:53, everyone. So we're only going to take a couple more questions, say maybe 2, maybe 3. So let's get these in quick if you have them. But we had a question: how many agent profiles can be created?
Okay, great question. So I'm going to give the example. Let's say I go back to BMF Solutions, right? Her website was X number of dollars, which we talked about, right? And then every agent that was added into that platform under her team was $49. So if she had 3 agents, that's let's call it $150 for each agent to add a profile, right? If she had 500 agents, it would be $49 for the 500 agents. So I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but that's the best way to do it. Because I do realize there are times when there are agencies or producer groups, right? Like a small producer group of 3 or 4 or 5, different producers that have band together for whatever reason. In that example, essentially you would have one master site in this example, like I did with Arnetta, and then each agent would have their own landing page. And in that own individual landing page would be their customization of name, rank, serial number, social media content, things along those lines. And in that example, it's $49. Now, what they do not get, if they do that, here's the downside to it. There's 2. One is search engine optimization, which was talked about earlier, is built on the main site. Search engine optimization is not built on the individual's agent landing pages. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is that the blogging capability, if you want blogging, there's a different cost for that. I don't want to warn you to death, right? But there's a cost for setting up a blog. If you don't need a blog, all of the blogging would be commingled. I'll use that word, best way to do it. So everybody that's in the database would get the blog message regardless of who sent it out. Did that answer the profile question?
You did a great job there. So it looks like that's all the questions here. So again, everybody, do me a favor real quick. If you're listening still, open up the chat. You're going to see several links in there. It's a blue hyperlink. If you're interested in doing this, which if you haven't, maybe you have a website, you're not happy with it, or you don't have a website, strongly suggest that you do this. All you got to do is click that link, follow the prompts, and you can get set up with this. And if you have any questions, again, we've thrown our email in there, but I'll type it in again. It's agentservices@acmgsales.com. If you have questions, concerns, you need help, you want the recording to this video, just send us an email. We'll make sure you get taken care of on all that. But Kim, I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this great presentation. Great job. You have a wonderful product and a great service that every broker needs. And so everybody, thank you for joining our call today. Hope you have a very successful week and enjoy your weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Have a good week.